Hi, welcome to Road Bike Culture. I'm your host, Kevin Isley. Today we're going to talk about my new wheel set. Oh yeah, Daddy got a new pair of shoes. For those of you who've been buying bikes for a while, you know that when you buy your bike, the wheel set that comes on it is usually a couple of steps down from the actual bike you buy. That's because bicycle manufacturing companies know one of the first things you're going to do is change the wheel set. Everybody's got a specific wheel set they like, and they want to customize their bike as best they can. If you're buying a fully custom bike, obviously you're going to have the right wheel set on from the beginning. So if you're new to cycling, remember, you're going to want to buy a new pair of wheels. So my general rule is I buy the best bike I can buy at that time. And for me, this time it was the Cannondale Super 6 Evo high modular Dura Ace bike. But it came with some knockoff wheels I really wasn't happy with. Yes, the wheel said Dura Ace, but I didn't like them. But this year, I couldn't buy a wheel set a year after I bought my bike because I have YouTube, and I was spending a lot of money on YouTube. I was buying new audio, new lights, learning a lot of things, just kind of throwing money around at this thing. So I had to wait an extra year. So in that extra year, I've done a lot of research. And thanks to longtime subscriber, JJ Chopper, for recommending I do a video about tubeless versus tube tires. In that research, I discovered my next wheel set is gonna be tubeless. When buying my new wheel set, there was a couple of things I was looking for. One, I knew I wanted carbon. Two, I knew I wanted a medium depth. Three, I wanted them to be very safe. So they had to come with high recommendations from lots of reviews stating that under heavy braking situations, the wheels won't warp, because I live in California and I love climbing. So I go down a lot of big mountains that are very serpentine, and so I brake a lot. And sometimes you're riding those brakes kind of hard because there's a car in front of you, and I don't want my wheels to warp. So that left me with three companies: Envy, Zip, and Mavic. And the other thing I was looking for was tubeless. I really wanted a tubeless carbon mid-depth wheel. And then finally, my bike does not have disc brakes. It has cantilever brake. And believe it or not, that last criteria wiped everybody out except Mavic. Envy SES 4.5s do not come with cantilever brakes. Zip 303 Firecrest tubeless do not come with cantilever brakes. All the industry leaders are leaving behind cantilever brakes on their newest high-end wheels. They're all going disc. But Mavic still produces this. And that was a big relief to me because the Mavics came in $1,400 less than the Zip 303 Firecrest, and they came in $900 less than the Envy SES 4.5s. I got back into bike riding in 2002, and when I bought my first wheel set aftermarket, I bought Cerium SLs, or is it Cerium? Cerium or Cerium SLs. I loved them. They were great. They were the silver model. They were on my Trek Madone. And then when I upgraded my bike to a specialized tarmac, I went with the Cerium SLs again. This time it was the black ones with the red spoke. So when Mavic was my only option left because of my cantilever brakes, I was pretty happy. I think Mavic hubs are bulletproof. Their wide spokes are super aero and super strong. I've never had a true any of my Mavic rims because they're so well made. And coming in at under $2,000, that was the nail in the coffin for me. I was getting the wheel set. And the Mavic Carbon Pro SLs have the highest rated braking of any carbon wheel. So I've taken these bad boys out on one ride so far, and it was a good ride. First, I noticed how loud the freewheel is, which is something I like because when I come up on a rider or a pedestrian, I just like to stop pedaling for a minute and have them hear that freewheel, and then they know to get over because I'm right there. If your wheels are too quiet, you got to say something to people and you might scare them. The next thing I noticed about this wheel set was the braking. It makes this super cool sound as you're stopping. I kind of like that. And I also like the yellow brake pads. When I look down over my front wheel when I'm riding, I see those yellow brake pads. It's reminiscent of like a 911 with those yellow brake pads. I kind of like that. When I was climbing up Camino Alto, I did notice it was a little easier to climb. The hubs just really are super smooth and it made it easier to climb. But when I really noticed the difference in my wheel set was descending down Magnolia. This is about a mile descent. It's not too steep, but it's really serpentine with a couple of really nice switchbacks. And these wheels shredded it. Because when you have a really stiff wheel set, when you lean your bike over into the turn, they really want to right themselves back up, which makes it easier to flip the bike back over into the next turn. My other wheel set, you had to lift it more. It just didn't want to get back up there because they weren't stiff enough. So I'm probably going to do a full comprehensive review of these wheels around April. I want to get a few thousand miles on the wheels, see what the problems are, see if I ever do get a flat and just give you a good overview of this wheel set. So far, I'm really happy, and when I put them on my bike, it made my bike beautiful. I mean, look at it. It's the bike I just wanted. When I bought my Cannondale, I knew I wanted another pair of wheels for it, and I knew I wanted carbon. And now I have it, and I'm super happy and just jacked about my bike. And they're a higher performer than my other wheel sets, so it was a good investment. I'm gonna link down below the review of my Cannondale, and then you'll see in there where I was talking about the wheel set and what I did and didn't like about my old wheel set. Look at that. That's a beautiful wheel set. That is just absolutely gorgeous. I gotta tell you, this is gonna make a big difference on my Instagram account. Well, I think that just about covers it. My new wheel set and why I chose Mavic. It wasn't a hard choice, and I'm so far really happy with my purchase. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. And like always, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter. And until the next time, I hope to see you out there on the road.